In terms of the outlook, definitely Singapore residential properties have been extremely resilient during this pandemic, and not just because of its safe haven status from the financial standpoint, it is also because from the public health standpoint, Singapore sort of stands out as an oasis amongst chaos in the region. So despite its worst recession since 2020, Singapore government actually attracted the highest amount of investments. That's the highest since 2008. And that bodes well with the residential market because Singapore continues to attract talent and also businesses to its shores. And from the demand and supply standpoint, you can see that there is an imbalance of demand and supply. Definitely, there will be a lot of demand coming from the upgraders, the overseas buying. But on the supply front, you can see some construction delays that has resulted in some kind of a delay in construction and also supply coming into the market. So that actually positions Singapore into a very favorable cycle where prices continues to move up and in tandem with the economic recovery.
So how much increase in prices do you see in the foreseeable future?
I think for the year 2021, this year we are seeing about 7 to 9% increase in prices. For the first half, we have already seen 4%. So there's another 4 to 5% to go for the entire year. And for next year, we are still seeing this momentum continuing because we are seeing a positive momentum growing into the developers market. So the new homes are selling very well. At the beginning of the year, analysts are talking about 9,000 units per year. That's slightly below the 2019 level. But right now, we are more looking at 12,000 a year.
That's interesting. When do you expect the government to step in? Because their key commitment is really to make housing and living reasonable for everyone.
Yeah, I think across the APAC region, you can see there's a lot of government intervention in the residential market, and Singapore is no exception. And government has probably been talking about some of the taxes in terms of wealth tax or estate tax in light of the income inequality because of this pandemic. And but at the same time, if you look at the Singapore price trend over the last 10 years, prices have not really moved away from the fundamentals. That's because if you look at the past 10 years, prices have been generally growing at about 1 to 2% per annum, whereas your income has been growing at 4.4 to 5% per annum. So from that price income ratio standpoint, Singapore property prices are still quite attractive. And I think at this juncture, the policy risk is still low, although we can't rule it out.